What is up, Retromaniacs? Welcome to Short Prints. My name is Mike. His name is Joe. His name is EP. And we're here to talk about cards. This week, guys, I thought it might be fun to talk to our viewers a little bit about some of the players that we may have collected in the past that ended up to be total L's on our part. I know we all have a bunch of them. So, Joe, kick us off.
So I'm going to start off with the one I don't have any props for. Ironically, I don't have props. I still have a lot of his cards, but they're in my office because over lunch I'm going through and taking them out of top loaders. That's how much L's they are. I need the top loaders more than I care about the safety of these cards. 2003, I'm a big Steelers fan, and I knew Tommy Maddox was getting too old to play quarterback. So I needed some Brian St. Pierre rookie
I knew it was coming, yeah.
Oh, man. I was only off by a year. I knew the Steelers were going to get a young quarterback, and he was going to lead them to Super Bowls. I was off by 1 year and about 4 rounds, I think. I think St. Pierre was like a 4th-round pick. I have base rookies, parallel rookies, autos, college used jerseys, college used ball. I have so many Brian St. Pierre rookies. It could stun a team of oxen in their tracks. There are too many of them. If anyone's a big Steelers fan, anyone's a Boston College fan, get at me, Panther27. I will make a deal on Brian St. Pierre cards for you.
The funny thing is, too, like when I was going through my cards, like because you were such a big fan, anytime I saw a Brian St. Pierre, I like paused for a second. I'm like, Joe might. I'm like, no, okay.
No. Yeah, no, it wasn't great. It wasn't great times.
All right, EP.
1990 was the year that I really started to get into collecting. Super excited. Giant Yankees fan. Kevin Moss.
Ooh.
Anytime.
An all-timer right there.
Yeah. Like that dude, 21 home runs in 79 games his rookie year. Like a Yankee. Oh my gosh. He's gonna be great. And he was not. He ended up not great at all.
Not even close.
Not even close.
Oh.
That's brutal.
Yeah. I remember that too. That was like one of the big, like early shooting up of cards of a rookie card from a guy who came up. So much excitement about him, and then he just never did it.
He didn't have a ton of rookies either. He had like a tops traded rookie, but he had like a 90 upper deck rookie. I think it was like one of his rookies, his few rookies. But
I was going to say, thank God he didn't come out like a few years later where there were inserts and autos and game used jerseys you had to buy and spend all sorts of money on.
Yeah,
I will say that we all dodged a bullet by collecting in the 90s, so it would have cost us a lot more money now. All right, my first one, you guys probably don't even have any idea who this person is, but I picked this one specifically because my dad used to work at my card shop with me, before he passed away, and I remember I still have seen them going through my stuff, like 100 count cases, snap cases of this player. Apparently, we thought, have a card shop, you got to make an investment in a player. We went with a Phillies rookie from 1991 named Wes Chamberlain.
Oh my gosh, I remember
him.
I
do know that.
Oh my God, yes.
Okay, there you go. So,
tell him, Mike. Tell him why.
Because he wasn't any good.
Well, no, tell him why he was the answer. He was the choice. Why was he the choice?
Well, we were Phillies fans, and one thing Phillies fans did for a long time in the early 90s and stuff were everybody was looking for a replacement for Mike Schmidt because Mike Schmidt was one of all-time great players. So the Phillies have a history of guys who are going to be the next Mike Schmidt. And let me just say, none of them have ever become the next Mike Schmidt, strangely enough. But yeah, we were on a sports card dealer network. We were able to buy cards in bulk, and we easily probably bought 1,000 Wes Chamberlain cards, thinking that, they were going to be our ticket to fame and fortune, but
I remember being so excited every time I pulled a Wes Chamberlain card, even though I was I'm not even a Phillies fan, but same deal. Like
he was a big, strong kid, power hitter, and there was a lot of excitement. Like he had flashes early on, but yeah. And that's not even to mention the Mickey Morandinis and the Keith Morelands and the Tyler Green was another Phillies pitcher. Yeah, we did not hit on any of those, but yeah, we'll just stick with West Chamberlain. So,
Very
all
nice.
right, Joe.
All right, my number 2. You know I'm a Pitt fan, guys. I'm a Pitt alum. This kid won the Biletnikoff, second-round pick of the Dallas Cowboys back in 2004, I believe. Antonio Bryant. 2002, I'm sorry, 2002. Antonio Bryant. I still have my PSA 10 autograph, upper deck graded Antonio Bryant. I don't want to know what I paid for this in what would have been $23. I don't want to know, but yeah, here he is. He was supposed to be the next great thing. I mean, Pitt has a great history of wide receivers. Ironically, after him, you got Larry Fitzgerald, you got Tyler Boyd, you're going to have Jordan Addison coming out. But yeah, Antonio Bryant was the guy who I really put a lot of money in. This is the only one I had pulled, but I have like the Topps Chrome refractor of him from that year. I have so many 2002 Antonio Bryant cards, and he was okay. I mean, he was better than Jonathan Baldwin. To be fair, he was better than Jonathan Baldwin, but he was not. It wasn't great. It wasn't great at all. So yeah, that's my number 2.
I would make fun of you, but we're all sharing our L's here, so we have no right to point fingers at anyone.
Dude won the Biletnikoff. I was ready. That was a rocket ship for Antonio Bryant, but no, not great.
That's a good choice. Already, P.
Let's go back to 2000.
Okay.
How about we're opening packs, right? Most of my collection is from packs. We're opening packs, and who are we just over the moon excited about getting?
Tom Brady.
No, Chad Pennington.
Yeah.
When I've
nobody cared about Tom Brady in 2000. That's right.
Him.
And I actually did pretty well opening packs. I've got a number of Chad Pennington decent inserts from 2000, like really really cool Chad Pennington cards. So I have not a whole box full, but I have a box of cards that of players that what could have been, and there are so many Chad Penningtons in there.
I was going through my collection and coming across Chad Penningtons, and I'm like, imagine how excited I was in 2000 pulling through Chad Pennington. Who's this Tom Brady guy? Chad Pennington. I got the best quarterback.
Chad Pennington was the guy.
Yes,
he was the guy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I have a bunch of him too. I had some really good stuff too. Like, he's worth so little now that there was a guy that collected him that I just sent him a gold refractor for free. Because what am I going to do with it? It's a gold refractor of Chad Pennington. So, with you on that one, EP. That one's brutal.
Yeah, absolutely brutal.
Okay, I'm turning the clock again back to 1991 because I still have the binder that I have filled with a football player, running back, Harvey Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Harvey Williams. Tall, skinny running back, wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh, 1991 Stadium Club. I don't know how many of those I had. That was such a hot card too at the time. He had some flashes again. He looked like he was going to be, Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders. No, he wasn't even Emmitt Sanders or Barry Smith. Harvey Williams. That's what I get for investing in a guy named Harvey. Has anybody ever worked out that was named Harvey? I don't think so. But yeah, like I said, going through the stuff, I still have the binder. If I go through the stuff and can find it again, I'll pull it, I'll bring it, I'll show it on the podcast. But yeah, I probably have at least 20 or 30 pages full of Harvey Williams rookie cards. And
I have a feeling I have determined what Mike's number 1 is. We'll find out.
After hearing that, okay.
All
right.
We'll see.
Yeah.
It should be obvious, but
yeah.
All right.
Sorry.
Harvey Williams was a rough one, and I'll tell you this, as we're going through this list, and I'll go to my last one here. This is why we talked on the podcast about why it's so safe collecting goats. Like, stuff like this is the reason. And the biggest reason for me, 1999, I feel I might open up a floodgate of 1999 here, but 1999, Tim Couch was the number 1 pick, whatever. I didn't really collect him. He was tough. Donovan McNabb turned out to be the best player of the group. But for me, for some reason, I just absolutely loved me some Cade McNown.
Oh,
Here we got his
Wow.
clear
Mystique. Yeah.
numbered
Number 2009
Skybox Premium. These were sent in, by the way. These are the original bags and the original holders that Beckett sent us back when we sent these in, what, Mike, in 2000 probably?
yes, 99 maybe?
99, 2000.
Yeah.
And then, of course, his Leaf Rookies and Stars. I mean,
Nice.
I was all in on Cade McNown. I really thought he was going to lead the Bears to the promised land. I'm not even a Bears fan, but there was just some, like, everyone was going after the other quarterbacks in that class that I'm like, okay, I'm going to settle on Cade McNown's going to be my guy. I'm going to put some money behind him at the time. And he's the one who I collected and sent off to PSA and Beckett. Didn't turn out great. He did not have a very good career for those kids out there who aren't sure. He was terrible. He was really, really bad.
He was really bad.
Yeah.
And,
really, really bad.
with the benefit of hindsight, investing in Chicago Bears rookie quarterbacks is always going to be a
Yeah, so
losing
watch out,
proposition.
Justin Fields fans.
No offense to Justin Fields, but at some point you have to throw the football.
Yep.
So, Cade McNown.
And when you do throw the football, you have to throw it well.
Yeah.
Throw it well.
I remember the stories of him like at training camp, like saying like throwing a pass, like a deep pass, and saying how sweet it was. Like he was like complimenting his own passes. I'll never forget that. So yeah.
It was not sweet.
No, not sweet at all. Good choice. All right, EP.
Yeah.
Showtime.
Listen, 1999, that was a year that we all just spent way too much on cards, right? Way too much on football cards.
Yeah, we did.
I mean, it was great. That quarterback class is going to be great. Joe, you already talked about him. Tim Couch. Like going through my cards recently, I found all my Tim Couch cards, and I have a number of the like case hit type inserts of Tim Couch.
Wow.
Why I didn't try to get rid of them back in 1999? I thought he was
or even 2000. Yeah, he had a couple years there where people
thought maybe
he got hurt, so maybe next year he'll be better, and they're building the team up. Yeah,
they are. I mean, such awesome Tim Couch cards, and they're probably worth $1 today, if that. And they were like it's
I threw a ton on a stack sale, and someone scarfed them up, and I'm like, oh, cool. Do you need any more?
Right.
I mean,
right.
Yeah.
And again, with the benefit of hindsight, putting money into first round quarterbacks from the Browns, probably a losing proposition.
Right.
No
We have
offense.
we have so many years.
Baker.
Yeah.
Obviously.
Yeah.
And let's not forget the honorable mention for Dante Culpepper and Achilles Smith and Donovan McNabb. We don't want to leave any of those quarterbacks out of the 1999
and Sean
class.
King. He was in the second round, but he had some buzz too. In 2000, 2001. Yeah. There was a lot of quarterbacks in that class that we were just scarfing up thinking they were going to be great, and just it did not pan out.
No.
Yeah.
Even for the one that did pan out, McNabb went to a Super Bowl, and
you could argue that Culpepper panned out for a while until he got hurt.
Culpepper was, he was very
the best
good,
one.
but
yeah.
investment wise, you did not get rich on Dante Culpepper, but I think he was definitely the best of the bunch. Although I think maybe if I could throw the ball 70 yards and had Randy Moss and Chris Carter to catch it, I
and
probably
Jake
would have
Reed.
done pretty well.
Jake Reed was your
Jake
number
Reed
3.
too. Holy cow! Yeah, wow.
McNabb went to a Super Bowl, and he was like pretty much the only weapon they had on offense for a number of years. So you could argue that he was pretty good too. But again, no investment value there.
No. All right. My number one, I want to give an honorable mention to a Jacksonville Jaguar running back, Fred Taylor. Fred Taylor. No, he is not my choice.
That's what I thought it was.
No.
But hold on.
Yeah.
But Fred Taylor was my boy, but he just couldn't stay healthy. But EP, I think you're onto something, because my choice is a Jacksonville Jaguar running back.
Yep.
His name is James Stewart. Fred Taylor was hurt all the time. Fred Taylor was gone. James Stewart filled in very well for Fred Taylor. And when he finally got the chance, Yeah, he kind of crapped the bed. He just did not turn out like went to a couple other teams after. But yeah, James Stewart, let me tell you, I have mirror gold rookies. I have autographs. I have Skybox Thunder Raves. I had 2 out of what they're numbered to 25, I think. I had 2 of those.
I think so, yeah.
The reason he's my number 1 is because I actively purchased like his cards from other sources wherever I could find them, and rare cards. And granted, saved a lot of money buying them back then. He wasn't very expensive when I bought him. I mean, he was never expensive, obviously, but yeah, he did not work out. Poor James Stewart.
And it didn't help that wasn't there another James Stewart in that draft class? Remember that? There were
he was the good one though, the one that I collected.
Yeah. James O. Stewart, if I remember correctly, was his.
I have graded cards. Yeah. Ooh, boy,
brutal.
I was gonna guess one of 2 players. James Stewart was my number 1, but then the other one was possibly Cecil Collins.
Yeah, I had a lot of Cecil too.
I didn't want to give him any publicity on here because he was just a horrible human being.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, do you remember that year, as an aside, the Dolphins drafted 3 running backs?
That's right. Yeah.
They had Cecil, James Johnson, and then Rob Conrad, who's in the 44 club or whatever at Syracuse, like the vaunted number that James Brown has, like that Jim Brown has. Like, they drafted 3 running backs. Why anyone would invest in any of them is beyond me. But yeah,
they all had their moments.
They did.
They all had their moments.
They did.
All right. Well, that was fun. I hope everybody enjoyed hearing our losses. There are plenty of people on YouTube that will talk all day about their wins and how great they are at investing cards. We like to, share the other side of things with our viewers. We're not afraid to let you know what guys we collected. I mean, Cave McNown, he's sweet, but he's not worth anything. So that was fun. See you next week, guys.
See you, boys.
Later.